Hi, I'm OMFG Really Nikki, and today I actually have freaking like a whole face of makeup on. It didn't take too terribly long, and I swear, like, I can never get my lighting right. Like, it's always like super dark or like light in weird places, I don't know, but I can already tell, like, on camera it looks like a little too much blush. I always go a little too heavy-handed, and my lighting apparently just it was the same freaking lighting, but in the mirror versus in the camera, I don't know. So if it looks like I'm really blushing, I'm not embarrassed at the moment, but that's just, I'm just gonna go with it, whatever. This video, I just wanted to do have a little conversation, which it's not even a conversation, I guess, it's just me talking. Just sharing an opinion on the new Jeffree Star palette that's coming out. I've seen some comments where people are like kind of hating on it, and I saw like yesterday people were talking about like, oh, you guys forgot about the lipstick Nazi thing, and I've made a video on Jeffree Star before, my opinion since that video has changed somewhat. I no longer buy Jeffree Star products. I don't hate Jeffree Star, and I would not condone anyone going and sending any hate to him. He definitely doesn't need my money, so it really is irrelevant either way. So what I wanted to talk about, like, his new collection, one thing that, I don't know, like, his video, like, I think he was trying to be really extra in the video, where it was like a lot of like, he's sitting in like a throne and there's like a lot of like fabrics going on, and there's just like a little table and someone's like off camera kind of like putting stuff on his table, which is fine. But when he got to, like, the way he does the swatches, for one, I really feel like his brand is big enough. I mean, he showed off his huge house, like, he's definitely not hurting for money. So I feel like as a larger brand now, I wish he would do his swatches and stuff differently. It's fine that he does the swatches on the hands, those are totally fine, but I feel like at the end when he was bringing out the merch, because he's like holding up jackets and it's like you can only see maybe like 75% of it, and he's just kind of holding it up, and to me I feel like, okay, these are wearable products. And like the hat, he kind of popped it on, but he didn't even put it on like correctly, so he wasn't like really showing it off. And I feel like it would have been so much better if he had maybe like a couple models, a few different skin tones, maybe like a girl, a guy, whatever. Have some diversity, have a little fun with it, but have a couple people wearing, even, or a handful of people where they're wearing a full eye look with like variations of whatever you can do with the palette. They're all wearing the highlighter. Some of them are wearing a liquid lipstick, some of them are wearing a gloss, some of them are wearing a mix, whatever. And then they're wearing the merch, like the purse, the hat, the jacket, or the windbreaker, just to kind of like show it off. Because I feel like the way that he did it in the video is just like, look, there's this and there's this, and that was it. And it's like, I think it's at the point where like he knows people are just gonna buy it regardless, but I feel like it would have just looked nicer, like, if he was just like, okay, cut, we're gonna do a little fashion show, you know, like, and had some fun with that. Or even made that a separate video where he's just got, you know, we're gonna also do another video doing this, just because I feel like it would have showed the products better. And because it wasn't in his normal setting, I think the lighting was a little different and it wasn't as easy to really see. And especially like the lip glosses, they all kind of looked very similar, because it's hard to tell on a hand versus like on somebody's face. And he's really pale, so for someone who's not fair skinned, whether you're medium or dark, how are you really gonna know what that's gonna look like on you? And sometimes, like, if you're really dark, things that look really good on someone that's super pale won't look good on you. Like, they might wash you out or make you just, it's just weird. And like the same as like, there's certain stuff where if I try to wear certain colors, it doesn't look good on me. It just, they don't work for me. So I wish there was a little more of that too. But let me see, I have it on my phone. There was another thing I was a little annoyed about. I do think the packaging is super pretty. I think the velvet is a little extra, and truthfully, like, it's gonna get dirty. Like, it looks really pretty, but I kind of wish he would have done the outer part, like the box, because I think right up here I've got the house from like his old collection. I haven't bought anything from his brand in a few years, but I do have some things, and I'm not one of those people that's like, screw him, I'm gonna throw this away. I paid money for it, I'm gonna use it. It is what it is. Like today, I used his Thirsty palette for my eyes, and then I used a couple liquid lipsticks for my lips. Because I'm not going to waste my money. Like, he's already got my money. I've already bought it. There's no point in me throwing my money away. That's not for me. If people just truly don't want to use it, I want to throw it away, that's fine. But I don't have the amount of money that I could just throw $100 worth of stuff away or more. Because I have I have quite a bit. I did sell off some of my highlighters just because I wasn't a huge fan of the particular formula. Sometimes it felt a little bit more like chunky than other ones, and it wasn't awful. It did work. It just didn't, it wasn't what I wanted personally, so I did sell a lot of those. But I do still have a lot of products that I'm not gonna just throw away. I'm just not. Okay, so for the packaging, like I said, I wish the box would have been like a velvet box with like the logo on it, and then you could just save it. Like, even though I don't support it anymore, I still have the box because it's cute and it is what it is. I like it. So I think that would have been better, because when you're using a palette and you're touching it, like anytime, like even like I had to kind of like blow a little bit of like the dust out, because you can still see there's like a little bit up here. And anytime when you're using something that's powder, it's not even that it's a bad formula, it's literally just that's what happens when you use a pressed powder. There's always a little bit. I don't think that's avoidable, to be honest. So I feel like the packaging, like when you're touching it and like doing your makeup, even like if it's sitting on the counter and you're doing some blush or whatever, it's gonna get dusty, it's gonna get dirty, it's gonna get gross. So while the packaging is super gorgeous, I wish it would have been done differently in that regard. Also, I was a little shocked by the color, like, because it seemed like it was going to be more of like a dark kind of gothy vibe, and then when you open it, it looks like very spring and very pastel, which is fine. It's pretty. I do like the colors. Yeah, like, I mean, I think the colors are fine. Like, the red and the turquoise kind of look a little out of place, but it's not, I'm looking at it from my phone, it's not awful. And the thing is, like, I think when you're playing around with it, you're not going to use every single color, so it's not a big deal. It's fine. I think the shape is kind of creative. The clasp thing is a little extra, but whatever. I mean, the colors look like they swatched really well. The lip glosses, though, I feel like 2 of them had like a decent amount of pigment, and then the other 3 are like almost the same color. And I saw a bunch of people commenting that they look like dollar store glosses or cheap like NYX glosses. I've never used the gloss formula, so I honestly don't know what the formula is like. I think personally, I feel like the packaging, I know he had like custom packaging and it's cute, but I think I didn't realize that the gold ones were plastic. I thought maybe it was metal. So the fact that it's plastic, I feel like makes it look cheap, and that like cheap looking chrome, because it's obviously not, sorry, it's not actually real chrome. So I feel like it does, like the purple, purple's my favorite color too, but like it does give it a little bit of a cheapy vibe. The color, like the actual formula, I have no idea. I don't think the colors look bad, but I feel like 3 of them are so close together that it's like, without showing it on a person, the swatches just were basically worthless, like in my personal opinion. Like, and there's one that was like a purple color, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I love the purples, I want to see what that one looks like. And then it was really like lackluster, like it didn't really even show up purple, it was very subtle. So I would have liked to have seen that on somebody's lips, like especially probably someone like medium to darker skin tone, because I bet you these lighter ones would look amazing on someone who has like that darker skin tone, so that color is really gonna pop. But on his white hands, it just had no real payoff. Like the one like purpley pink was more like a kind of a magenta. That one was really pretty, but I don't know why I did that. Now, one thing that I feel a little bit annoyed with is that if I can, I'll try to get like a picture and actually pop it up on the screen, but we'll see what happens. He does those little boxes of like mini lip bundles, but let me see how many colors are in here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there's 8. There are 8 like mini lipsticks, but out of the 8, only 2 of them are new colors, and you can only get them in that size if you buy that whole box. Like, I feel like that's kind of a scam, because for one, if you're an avid Jeffree Star collector, which I used to be, like I used to have freaking everything up until the end of 2018, and then I was just like, I can't do this anymore. This isn't about that, so I'm not going to get into that, but I feel like it's, I don't know, like I feel like it's like messed up towards your customers, where you're like, here, buy the same 6 lipsticks you already have if you want these 2 half-size limited edition little lipsticks. Like, that's annoying as fuck, because truthfully the colors, the new ones are really pretty, but I'm like, if I was still purchasing Jeffree Star, I wouldn't buy the bundle. I just wouldn't, because I don't want the mini one. I want the freaking full size. Like, I just would want, like, there was only one particular color that I was really like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty, because out of the two, it's like this like pretty like magenta, like metallic color. And I did love his, I think it was called Dollhouse or something like that. It was like a hot pink liquid lipstick, and it's like metallic. That one was probably like one of my all-time favorites. So that one was really pretty. But it just seems like really like a ripoff where you're getting these, you have to buy this whole package if you want those two colors. And the thing is, he knows that his customers or his fans that are diehard are going to buy it. So they're essentially rebuying 6 colors, just the mini version, in something they already have. And that, to me, I feel like that's kind of a cash grab. Like, he should have just released it as like a single. He could have done the bundle for people that want it, but I feel like he should just release the full size. It would have just been better. I don't know. I don't like that. Let's see. Was that everything? I think that's really all that I was wanting to say with that. I think all in all, the collection itself is really pretty. I do like the purple, and I do appreciate the attention to detail. Like, he does kind of go overboard with the packaging, and it's very extra, which he says it costs like $20 per package. I don't, I know that was in the Shane Dawson thing. I don't know that I'd say that it's that much. Just because from a small scale, if I wanted, like, as a small brand, I could buy like 500 of something similar to that. That wouldn't cost me $20. I could probably get them for maybe around 10, and that's at like a quantity of like 500. So for someone who's moving like hundreds of thousands, honestly, I wouldn't say that he's spending more than maybe $10 each, maybe. But I don't work there. I don't know. Maybe he really does spend the extra money. Maybe they're you know, there's more to it than that. I don't know. That's just from what I've seen. And I know his packaging is usually really good quality. Things do work really well. So whatever. And as for his formulas, I think it really bummed me out, honestly, to not be able to purchase anymore. And it's not that I'm like, oh, I can't, because I mean, I have free will. I can do what I want, but I just don't want to spend my money supporting his brand, specifically because, like, I feel like the things that have happened in the past, people can change, people grow up, things are different, you know. And I do think he had some issues when he was younger, and there's reasons behind it where a lot of it was, he did a lot of things for shock value back in the day, and I know that, I knew that then. So, you know, what's genuine and what's not. Sometimes people are just, when you're trying to make it, you do crazy things, and I'm not saying that that's right or that's wrong. I'm just saying that that's reality, essentially. But I don't like the fact that he kind of will randomly start drama or attack someone who's like a diehard fan, that they literally are like obsessed with him, they love him, they support everything he does, and then he just shits on him, and that bothers me. And I said I wasn't going to talk about that, and then here I go. But that's my reason why I don't really buy from him anymore, because I just don't want to support that particular behavior. And I hope that he grows and he works on that, because I think that his actual products are really good. Like, he has amazing formulation people that are working on this, because the formulas are always like performing really well. I do think, I forgot to mention, he instead of a highlighter, like a regular highlighter, he's doing the Supreme Frosts now, which they are pretty and they work well, but I feel like it comes in this like fancy like ring box, like ring style box, and then you open it and then it's sitting in there, and that's super bougie and cute. But then it's in like a little plastic, like fake chrome compact, and that, I feel like, okay, so you have this bougie packaging that probably costs like way more than the freaking component that the actual product is in. I really wish he would have done like a metal or something, which I know that's probably expensive, and maybe that's unrealistic. But truthfully, or even like a press board, I would have felt better about, because I feel like it's just not worth the plastic. But it is what it is. I think that the highlighters are overpriced, to be honest. Because what is it, like, I think he said it was like $50 for just an average size highlighter. And I know that it's a special formula and it's fancy, but I think you can get the same payoff for probably like half the price, maybe less than that. Like, I don't know, like, I make a lot of highlighters, so to me, I'm like, I wasn't really impressed. But I mean, I'm not saying that it wasn't pretty. It definitely was pretty. I feel like it was a little like too much. And like the packaging aspect is really pretty, but for the outer packaging to be worth more than the inner packaging, I don't know. I feel like that kind of like ruins it a little, or like maybe not ruins it, but cheapens it. And I hate the chrome packaging like that, whether it's real or fake. Anytime you have this like metal mirror or whatever, like I can see already there's like freaking always fingerprints. Like the second you take that thing out of the packaging, it's going to be dirty looking and gross. So honestly, I wish he would have did like something a little different. I don't know what. He's a pretty creative person, so I'm sure he could have come up with something different, maybe something a little more matte. I don't know, because the mirrored packaging always, like, as soon as you touch it, you just got fingerprints everywhere and it looks nasty. So it is what it is. All in all, I do think the collection looks really pretty, and he paid a lot of attention to detail. I just wish for his delivery of like the reveal, he would maybe get some models and really like, because I would have rather seen like if he has jackets, let's have somebody wearing the jacket, wearing the hat, you know, like he could have like a girl wearing it, or have a guy wearing it, wear it backwards, whatever, and show off some of the makeup, because it's just gonna show it a lot better, and people are gonna be like, oh, you know what, I like that look. I feel like, okay, I could see myself like that. Like, because when somebody just holds up an article of clothing, you're like, it's cute, but I want to see it on a body. I want to see it on a person. Well, and truthfully, it even depends on that person's body. If you show it on a bunch of skinny people and you're not a skinny person, you're still not gonna really know, hey, is this gonna look good on me? What's the deal, you know? So hopefully in the future, maybe he'll hear people talking about that and say, hey, you know what, let's try that. Because that would have easily been an extra video that he could have done, like, oh, we're going to do a little fashion show, we're going to show some people, we're going to show some looks. And then just have, like, right next to their, on the video, like, what they used to make the look, what clothing they had on, whatever. Because he could even advertise some of his other clothing. Because I think he's done, like, some tracksuits with, like, the pants, so he could have easily had, like, somebody wearing some of the pants, some not wearing his brand stuff, but like mix and match to make it look like a wearable look. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, whether you like him or you don't like him, please do not send any hate. This is not anything to throw shade at him. I'm not trying to throw shade at anyone, and I don't hate Jeffree Star, and I do honestly, truly, from the bottom of my heart, hope that he is growing and doing better things. And I don't know him in his personal life, so I only can base my personal opinion on what I see him doing online. And the things that I've seen recently haven't been, I think he's gotten better, which it could go either way. Because like I said, I don't know him in person. Is he getting better because he's better at hiding it? Or is he getting better because he's just growing up and he's doing better things? Hopefully that is the case. I always try to hope for the best, that people are doing positive things, making positive changes, and that's all we can really hope for. You know, people need to learn to support things that they want to see going on, and if somebody's doing things that are shady, you have to choose not to support them even when it's difficult. And while if I was supporting him, I absolutely would be buying this palette, and I would have bought the lipsticks if they were singles, but since I'm not, I wouldn't be buying it either way. So it really doesn't matter. But I hope either way things go successful, and I hope, like I said, that he is growing, changing, and doing more positive things for himself. And I hope you guys like this video, and I would love to know what you guys think about it, because Jeffree Star is a very hot topic. It's a very, you know, people have very strong opinions, and the thing is, if people attack me because of my opinion, I would rather they didn't, but you know, it is what it is. If you talk about Jeffree Star, sometimes you just have to deal with that. But I would love to know what people thought about the collection. If you're going to be making a purchase, what you would be purchasing, or if you're not going to be purchasing, why you won't be purchasing, whatever the case may be. I would love to hear it. So please leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe. I always appreciate that. And like I said, leave me a comment and let me know what you think about all of this.